All right, YouTube. So, I give MSNBC and Katie Tour a lot of credit for covering this story because I think it's a very interesting topic. But basically, the White House, or some members in the White House, including John Bolton, the architect of the Iraq War, or one of them at least, they all come out and say, well, okay, Russia is definitely a threat to us, they're going to interfere in the election, and if we don't do something to stop them, it's just going to continue. Basically, just neocon speak. And then I start to have all these different reactions. So I start to think, okay, one of two things, in my opinion. This is, the first thing, it's a deep state coup. So essentially this is the administration trying to undermine Trump and say, oh, you know, so while he says there was no collusion, we still believe that, you know, just because he's not, we still believe that, you know, because he's not admitting that there wasn't a significant amount of Russian interference, that he probably did collude. Like, I don't know, it's just something like that. Basically just trying to repeat the talking points of the media, and essentially that those talking points come from the deep state, because that's what the media is there to do. It's basically propaganda for the deep state. But yeah, that's my first thought, and it's a scary thought because it's like, oh shit, this is actually the part where Trump is about to be overthrown. He's going to be it's the deep state coup essentially. And shit, I've even heard liberals say that there's a deep state coup. Like, they say, like, yeah, we don't like Trump, we think he's a fucking asshole. They say that, but then they say, look, oh, fuck, but there's obviously some deep state shit going on here. They're trying to remove him. And I think any sane-minded person would probably see that if they didn't have Trump derangement syndrome, you know. And don't get me wrong, people that criticize Trump do not have Trump derangement. Not all people, but most of them do in the media. Like the people that I criticize Trump on some things, I don't have Trump derangement syndrome, so that's my argument about that. And yeah, it's a scary thought about, you know, there's a coup or whatever, but I don't think that's the thing. Here's what I think. I think that Trump has a very good handle on his White House. I think that all these leaks, all these scandals or whatever, some of them are real. Like, I think the whole thing with, like, one of the interns getting abused or something, and then Hope Hicks knew, so she had to resign. Something like that. That's real, obviously. And there's genuine disgust with that, so, and John Kelly, I guess, was involved. But no, I think what it is that this is, like, part of the, maybe the 4D chess, I guess. And maybe, just maybe, it's like, Trump has brought his show business experience into the White House, into politics, so all these press conferences, all these statements put out by his folks in his cabinet and everything, it's all part of the game. What if it's all part of the plan, you know? I don't think that someone who said that he was going to be president, let's see, almost 40 years, or almost 30 years ago, like, if he was that serious about it, he definitely did some planning. And that's kind of where I start to support the theory of QAnon, 4D chess, and all that, trust the plan, because, fuck, he pretty much predicted on Oprah, and I think it was 1988, yeah, 1988, right before the election, or Daddy Bush got elected. He said, yeah, I think I would run for I think I would run for president, and I think I would win, which is, you know, fucking thug life, dude, and he did. He basically, when he said, you know, oh, because he'd be in jail, he basically dropped the mic and walked straight to the White House. I didn't make that quote up, by the way. That was just a comment, but I thought it was pretty cool. Thought you guys should hear it. But I really think that's what it is. I think that it's still part of the plan and everything. Everybody that is buying that Trump is compromised or whatever, he's a Russian agent, they're basically buying the propaganda. They're falling for the propaganda that's teaching you to demonize Russia and anybody that's involved with Russia. It's bullshit. Same with Iran, same with North Korea, because they want to have their own currency, essentially. It's just such a multifaceted attack on these three countries. It's really, and Syria as well. These are four very, not North Korea, but, you know, for the most part, they're decent countries, not North Korea. But the rest of them are. And Assad, if you've ever seen an interview with him, he's a very well-spoken man. He speaks pretty good English. It's not his first language. I think they speak Arabic in Syria. I'm not sure. But, yeah, they're very well-spoken. And, you know what, the thing is, with Iran, like in North Korea, their cultural differences, why should we give a shit? You know, we have our own problems. Why should we be trying to interfere with their shit? You know, encouraging protests in Iran? What the fuck are you talking about? You know, this is fucking Iraq all over again. And if the past remains the same, so basically if Bolton's still out there to try and wage war, What if, just maybe, this is still part of the coup? They just want to invade Iran. They want to get rid of Trump because he doesn't want to invade Iran. I'm not sure. There's a lot of moving parts, and that's kind of what makes it so fascinating. That's why I like talking about it. But yeah, that was a pretty good take. I'm going to end on that. I'm fucking stoned. I'll see you guys later.